Peace, everybody. You now tuned in to the All Viral Access Media Show. Alright? Let's get it.
Now tuned in to All Viral Access Media. You dig?
Peace, everybody. Welcome back to All Viral Access Media. I want to get into the life and times of Corey Miller, the failure and the success, and the ups and down relationship between the two brothers, Percy Miller, aka Master P, and Corey Miller, aka C Murder. I'ma call this one Brotherly Love and Betrayal. Let's get right to it. But first, make sure you hit that like button, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Click that bell on the right hand side of the subscribe button and click on all for all notifications, family. Now let's get with it. Now we know the history of No Limit Records, one of the most influential labels of all time. But let's look at the two tales of the brotherly love. There's two sides to every story here. But I wanted to piece things together and let me know what your thoughts are. Let's get into it. Now, in the midst of them growing their business, Master P growing his empire, No Limit Records, a lot of money started pouring in after Ice Cream Man. It really boosted his empire. Now, he took everybody that was under his umbrella. Now, you know the saying, money and power, it only magnifies the person you really are. Like if you have a crutch or a habit, when you have a lot of money, it only enhances that habit because you have the money for it. But if you love to stay in the hood or have certain attributes about yourself, and when you get money and you a hood dude, it only magnifies your actions. But let's continue. Now, in 2001, he became having a lot of problems with the law. He was first charged with aggravated burglary and assault with a firearm. Master P and Corey had always bumped heads because he wanted C to stay out the streets. Now, in the words of Master P, he said, I love my brother, but he his own man and he his own boss. He have to face and deal with his consequences. In the midst of having all that money and try to keep him out the streets, Corey Miller, he would walk through the hood like he never left. He had his mansion in the country club, but he was more proud of his crib in the Callio projects. In the words of Corey Miller, he said, I'm just like them. I ain't never left. You could take the N out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the N. Now, Master P said in the documentary, he said, I kept telling him to be yourself, but you gotta stay out of there. And Corey replied by saying, I can't be myself if I'm out of there. And he felt like it would be like he turning his back on his people. Now, August 15th, 2001, him and his crew went to a club in Baton Rouge called Club Rags. Now let's just pause right there. Club Rags, goddammit. You know damn well, okay? Somebody gonna get shot every time they open. You know rags to riches, so you can tell it's not but rag motherfuckers up in there. Just rags, okay? But anywho, let's continue. Bars. Now, he refused to be searched to get inside the club. Now, allegedly, he tried to shoot the owner and the bouncer of that club. He later turned himself in and was released on bond. Now, Master P responded to that. He said, I was definitely disappointed. I gave him an opportunity to change his life like I did. I got a family to raise, and you going to these clubs with these guys, so I'm like, bro, the next time you go to jail, family, I ain't messing with you. Now, 5 months later, family, January 12, 2002, they went to a club in Harvey, Louisiana, called the Platinum Club. Now, that's where that security, Darnell Jordan, that security / witness, the one that got Corey Miller life, the one that gave that initial story to get him locked up, But let's continue. Now, there was a rap battle taking place, and one of the battlers' name was Stephen Thomas. Now, some said, I think in the early report, years ago when I first heard it, they were saying that Corey Miller had a battle with him, with Stephen, and he beat him in a rap battle. I don't know how true it is, but I do remember that being said, or people have misconstrued it for a battle because he was there battle rapping. So, who knows? But let's continue. So now when Stephen finished battling, now while he was performing on stage, Corey Miller and his crew enters the club. So allegedly, soon as Stephen got off the stage, he bumps into one of Corey Miller's boys, and then a fight broke out. The Darnell goes to break it up. The Darnell guy, well, the security, Darnell Jordan, he goes to break up the fight, and he pulls Corey off of him. He said he told Corey to chill, and Corey said, okay. So when he let him go, he ran right back to the fight. And the next thing he heard was everyone in the club ran, and Stephen was the only one there, laying on the floor with a single gunshot wound to the heart. Now, Darnell Jordan sat down with the police for a picture lineup, and he identified Corey Miller as the trigger man. He said that the police didn't tell him what he was signing on the back of the picture for. Are you serious? How is that when you know they are investigating the murder of Stephen Thomas? But I digress. Now, 7 days later, after him signing the back of that picture, Darnell Jordan, on January 19th, 2002, Corey Miller was taken into custody. Corey Miller trial started in September of 2003. Darnell swore under oath that C. Murder was the shooter. It felt like a nightmare, he said. I never wanted it to go that route, but I was scared. They wanted him bad. By they saying they, he's saying the police. Now, after 19 days of testimony, Corey Miller was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. In Louisiana, murder is guaranteed life without parole. Now, Master P was asked in the documentary, do you feel like you felt your brother? Master P said, nope. To be honest with you, I always try to remove C from the bad environment. So now he's fighting the case. I know he's innocent, but you know I had to preserve no limit. End quote. In other words, Master P had to distance himself from the situation and ultimately his own brother, and went to do the 504 Boys album. Do y'all think he really deserted Corey Miller, or it was the right business move just to keep his empire intact? Now, this is a prime example of 1 foot in the life and 1 foot in the music business. Now, those tragic things that happened, like with Soulja Slim, Cain and Abel, Mac, and now his brother, Corey Miller. We all know what happened to Mystical, but at the time, Mystical was not a part of No Limit at the time. Now, Master P had to think about his future and his family. Now, everything that Master P saw, he took it as a lesson to become better. You can always take someone's mistakes and apply it to yourself to not make those same mistakes. After Corey Miller's first trial, a private investigator, her name is Jennifer Vitry, took on Corey Miller's case and asked hundreds of witnesses, and there was nothing that implicated that Corey Miller was the killer. There's no forensic evidence that determined that either. And that's what made Corey get his second trial in 2006. Now, after 3 years, he was granted supervised parole until his new trial. So he was free for 3 years. So in 2009, his retrial begins. Now, Darnell at the trial said it was C. Murder that shot him, and he says he was under pressure by police. Now, everybody, Now fast forward to 2018. Darnell Jordan recanted his story to say Corey Miller did not kill Steve Thomas. And I quote, he said, "It messed with me mentally. I'm always having nightmares, so I had to let everybody know this man is innocent. The wrong guy is in jail for that murder." End quote. And C Murder's legal team filed motion for his sentence to be reversed. And in January of 2019, the judge said a new trial cannot be granted. Now, we need to understand the racialness of Louisiana. Louisiana was one of the first states, if not the first state, to start the Jim Crow laws because some jealous people there hated the blacks' progress because they was doing so good during the Reconstruction era. They had to dismantle that. But if you don't know, the Jim Crow laws never left. Not even to this day and time. The laws are still here today, but it's just labeled under different laws. But anywho, Darnell said, "I never seen a gun. Never. I pulled Corey from the fight. His hands was up with no weapon in his hand. His shirt went up, no weapon. The prosecutor tricked me, man. I felt like by it being a high profile case, Jefferson Paris took it and ran with it. Of course, short bus. Of course he's gonna run with it. You ratting him out." Of course, under the pressure by police, right? But let's continue. By Darnell's testimony and the lyrics of Corey Miller's songs, in the words of Master P, them lyrics came back to haunt him. And on August 11th, 2009, the jury found him guilty on second-degree murder. But what's crazy, it wasn't a unanimous decision. It was a hung jury for 2 days straight in a row. So he should have been acquitted. But 10 people voted guilty and 2 not guilty. But in Louisiana, they are the only state that still can give you life in jail without a unanimous decision. Now in 2018, they entered the non-unanimous jury in Louisiana, but the change was not retroactive. Now retroactive basically means that taking effect from the date in the past. So basically by the date he was locked up in, the law doesn't apply to that. You know, they changed it in 2018. He was locked up in 2009. So it doesn't apply. So that's what that means. So all the way he was effed. You know, so they did that man dirty. Now, after the No Limit Chronicles aired, Kim Kardashian teamed up with Monica. Monica used to date C Murder back in the days. They linked up and started working on getting his case overturned and to be released. But it wouldn't be fair, family, for me not to mention the sisters behind this movement that Kim K is the face of. I have to mention attorney Brittany K. Barnett and the lawyer, My Angel Cody. Kim K says she's the one who freed 17 inmates in 90 days, when these are the queens who put in that work to do it. Now, it wouldn't be right if I don't read the article what they said. They took to their Facebook when this incident first came out because there was a lot of pressure and people was exposing Kim K. Now, this is what they said. This the first and the last time we will speak on it. Seriously, because the negativity from today is misdemeanor and we still have lives to save, Barnett said. My Angel Cody and I have been doing this work for free. Ask any of our dozens of clients who are now free living their best lives. Both of us left 6-figure salary jobs and wiped out our own savings accounts to fund our work. We attempted to get grants from these large foundations, shelling out millions of dollars to other organizations, but would not look our way because they so-called don't fund direct services. Our hands were full picking locks to human cages. We didn't have the time to participate in glorified begging from the nonprofit industrial complex only to be turned down. Kim linked arms with us to support us when foundations turned us down. Barnett continued. We and our clients and their families have a lot of love for her and are deeply grateful for her. In 90 days, 2 black women lawyers freed 17 people from life without parole sentences, the second most severe penalty permitted by law in America. Only 2 of us, prosecutors, opposed nearly every single case we had. We litigated our asses off in federal courts across the country. We won downward departures in most of our cases due to good lawyering. People set to die in prison and are now free. So I had to give these females their credit. Much love to those queens. These queens deserve to be acknowledged. We salute you. And I also would like to add on, there was another article where Brittany K. Barnett explained that Kim Kardashian knew her role. So it wasn't like she was trying to take over or be the face of it or anything like that. She joined forces with them. She seen how they were struggling. They seen what they was trying to do, some positivity, try to free some innocent people, and she backed them up. And we got to give her credit. Salute to her, because she's using her complexion for the collection. So it's not too many people we can say that's doing that. So Kim Kardashian, salute to you. Now, to Kim K being the face is a good look. Look, family, somebody has to be the Trojan horse. But let's continue. But after the news spread it, Kim posted her tweets, and Corey Miller posted something on IG that questioned his appreciation in what it seems to be a shot at Master P. Here's what he said. 7 months ago, I called Monica, and she conferenced in Kim Kardashian. I did not know Moses had been working to reach Kim. After our call for the first time in 19 years, I slept. You can rest behind these walls, but never do you actually sleep. My case have been stagnant for years, so I published multiple books to help feed my kids and pay lawyers bare minimum. I am a man, so it was no one's responsibility to save me. Here it is. And no one attempted to. But when you trust God, He will send His angels. This message is to any man or any woman fighting the injustices of this system. Don't ever give up, and do as I am. Focus on the blessings, not the betrayals. It's no one's responsibility to save me. Not one attempted to. Focus on the blessings, not the betrayals. Now, is that how you really feel? Now, people, I guess, was asking P, like, was you helping your brother? You know? And I guess it got to him. And it got to the point where he said this.
So, I get it where people say, man, you're bigger than that. Don't do that on the internet. But imagine if you help your family. You did everything you need to do for people. You even help outside people. And it still ain't enough for people around you to where they say crazy stuff about you. And I mean, everybody human. You gonna get tired. I'm gonna get tired. Just buried a 3-year-old girl today. Next week, I got to bury a 14-year-old kid. We've been doing all this positive stuff. Then we got to defend ourselves on some negative stuff on the internet. How would you feel? And I know Monica got thrown in this, and I apologize to you, Shorty, because I really don't know you like that. And I hope you got the right agenda and the right heart to help my brother, because he needed it. And even your friends, you know. But imagine everything you do is to help your family, and it's just not enough. They're ungrateful. Then they look at you like you're just an ATM machine or a piece of money. And nobody acknowledged the older people that been there for them. Like, you know, my family, you know, we love my brother. I love my brother. I want C to come home. But this is about my grandmother, Big Mama. She let him stay in her house. She put out everything. Dog. Nobody acknowledged this lady. She our angel. She is angel. That's what I'm saying. Even the people around us in the family, y'all got to get this man's mind right. This man had talked about me, said all kinds of stuff. I've been defending myself for years with this. This crazy. We shouldn't have to do this because we doing all this positive stuff and we growing as a family. At least that's what I'm doing. I can't make no man be on the same page I am. And I can't have nobody fault me that they in jail. That's what this all about. I love you. I love my brother. But man, come on. And y'all know that. This hurt me to have to keep, I'm never going to talk about this ever again. Because it's crazy. Especially when I know I got God in my heart. I changed my life. And I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just saying to my family, like, we got to do the right thing. If we really love each other, we love, blood is thicker than water. You know, we got all these other people slick talking and dissing me, you know, Silk, everybody. I mean, think about it. Those people put all that Instagram stuff up first. We just answer it. That's what people do. We're not going to keep sitting around, let nobody play with us and disrespecting our family. That's just what this is about. And this don't end, because I ain't even talking about them. I know the real ones know the real, but the fakers, they going to make something out of it. That's cool. That's life. I guess that's what social media is, living in the social media world now.
All right, and Master P had went to his Instagram and put this, as y'all can see, Master P ATM. Shit is out of order. Friends and family, go get a job. Now I have to quote this. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. You know what he said in Friday. Go get a job. J-O-B. Okay, let's continue. So he said in his caption, they always say, what do you get the man who has everything? What about love, a card, or a simple thank you? If any family members have a receipt of that, I'll cut the ATM back on. It's been over 30 years. I'm tired of supporting people's addictions and bad habits. Who would y'all be mad at if I was dead? Because it seems like none of y'all want to work. I'm no longer enabling lazy, entitled, ungrateful people. Please go get a job and a career. And for the ones that do have degrees and careers, maybe y'all can take over. Shit. Buy houses and cars for y'all generation. And if they are ungrateful, then you will understand how I feel. I am not God. I'm only human. I grew up in poverty. The only difference with me is that I decided to do the right thing and chase my dreams and goals. When I finally reached financial success, I was eager to share my blessings. Too generous to my family and friends, and that created the problem. I love y'all, but enough is enough. And whoever said they had to sell socks, welcome to the real world. I had to sell tapes out of the trunk of my car. So in my 50 Cent voice, I ain't doing it no more, man. I stay quiet for too long. People expecting me not to say anything and not entertain the lies. But it's time the truth be told. This is how you know it's hate. I ain't the only millionaire in this family, just for the record. When you do the right thing, God will keep blessing you. Envy and jealousy get you nowhere, family. I don't want to hear you're a boss. Keep this off the internet. What am I supposed to do? Let people continue to bash me that I've been helping for years? I'm just saying what a lot of successful people, or even just people with jobs that are working, want to say to their ungrateful ass family members. The truth hurts. It's uncomfortable, but it's the only way we could get back to the love, the truth, and to grow. For the bloggers and gossipers, now y'all know the truth. I'm going back to work to provide for my kids. My next business masterclass will not only be about financial literacy. I will include how millionaires and billionaires deal with, oh shucks, with ungrateful family members on their success journey. Since I'm an expert now. What you think about that? Okay. In my conclusion, everybody, I wanted to end this with my man Brian Glaze Gibbs. If you haven't heard of him, go to Info Minds on YouTube and look at the documentary, or you could go to my channel, All Viral Access Media, Brian Glaze Gibbs, or just put him in there. Definitely well respected. A gangster that did a lot of things back in the days. A big drug kingpin, rubbed shoulders with a lot of real kingpins, murderers, you name it, and his name is definitely etched in stone. But he's here to try to change people's lives and tell his story. You know, it's a lot of things he did he's not proud of. But anyway, I wanted to get his perspective, man, and take a look. Hey, yo, Gibbs, yo, what's your thoughts on the Corey Miller situation? Now, he made a statement under his IG after learning Kim K and Monica is going to help him, basically get him free. Now, it was a little pressure on Master P to say something, and he did. But everything that Master P did for Corey, putting himself in positions of power to better himself and telling him, yo, you need to stay away from them streets. And he did so much to keep him out of there, but he kept going back to the hood. And he ended up in that predicament that he's in. But he still said under his IG that no one helped him. So my question to you is, after all that help, do you think he's being ungrateful?
You know what? That's a hell of a question, because you asked that question. You know, here it is. He's incarcerated. So being that he's incarcerated, he's been incarcerated for 18 years. You know what? He's bitter. He's frustrated. So don't get me wrong. Even though you could have done something, you could have been looking out for that individual or his whole bid. But if something went wrong, or y'all got into a bootleg argument, guess what's going to happen? It's like as if all that good stuff you did for him, you didn't do nothing. It's no different than we have parents, relation with our kids. Our kids love us. But as soon as we tell them that magic word, you know, despite you don't pay for their car, you don't pay for their schooling, you don't pay for their clothes, you don't pay for everything. But as soon as you say no, you know what they're going to have the nerve to say? You never did nothing for me anyway. How soon do they forget? So Corey, like I say, C murder is just frustrated. I think right now is, and then when you start hearing about the Kim Kardashian shit, guess what? Here's your new savior, because you see what she's been doing, and she's been working behind the scenes, getting people pardoned, getting their sentence reduced. Guess what? Of course, it's like a new, fresh, a breath air.
Right. Now, I definitely understand that, and I definitely respect that. And him and Master P was going at it a lot of times because, you know, Master P been in the same situation he was in. They come from the same hood. They experience pretty much the same things, but he's seeing a bigger picture, you know. And he basically put himself in this predicament. But and even despite their differences, he still put Corey Miller's situation in this documentary on BET, and that's what made, if I'm not mistaken, which made Kim Kardashian step up. So he still did help. If anything, I don't know. So that's kind of crazy.
Well, see, look what you said. It's a lot of things that we, on the outside, not getting all the inside information. So always remember, it's three sides of a story.
That's right.
His story, your story, and the truth. It's three sides of a story. So to me, I'm not there, you not there, nobody there. So in actuality, what is foul play? The key is, as a family member, you in position and you can assist your family member doing a certain situation to help them out. There's nothing wrong with that. You only can help those that want help. You only can save those that want to be saved. So yeah, this brother do not want to die in the penitentiary. This brother want to be free one day, hopefully soon. So guess what? Whoever come along, whether it's going to be Master P, whether it's going to be Kim Kardashian, whether it's going to be Monica, whoever come along and get that brother released. He could be Bozo the Clown. That man going to be in love with that person. Because guess what? You got me, quote unquote, my freedom. You know what? Here it is. We do not appreciate it. We do not understand the value, that preciousness of having freedom. Have that freedom taken away. I just did a video on my YouTube channel, and you know what? Put myself in a bathroom, you know, using the tub as a bed, and looking at the sink, looking at the toilet, and getting these kids to understand it's nothing fun about being in there, man. So we want to be slick and cool and think we want to be down and get caught up into that and famous follow leader game, fall in love with the street. Fast money come fast trouble. Easy to get into, hard to get out of. And right now, trust me, I bet you see Murder and a lot of others is rethinking. Like, damn, what could I have done differently to even prevent from being in this predicament in the first place, even if it was hanging around the wrong crowd.
Absolutely. He would have been free, you know, but in Louisiana they have that law, you know, even though they changed it now, but back then it was it doesn't matter if it was a non-unanimous decision. It was a 2-2. I mean, it was a 10-2 verdict, and they still convicted him of life. So, in 2018, they changed the law. They changed that law, but he still can't be free because it's retroactive. It was way back then, so it don't count for right now. You know what I'm saying? So he could have been freed years ago. So it's sad that he's in this situation, but there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. What's your last thoughts on this?
You're right. It's light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully everybody can stop bickering. And Master P and Monica and Kim Kardashian, along with C Murder, opposed to fighting against one another and spreading all of their power. Put it all together, and then put it in the trust in the hand of God, and let's see what happens. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, like they say, 4 heads is better than 1. But they all combine, you know what I'm saying, to work together as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, separating and bickering, guess what, man? The man can be out.
Absolutely, man. Hey, you know, it's always a pleasure. Give everybody your YouTube platform, IG, and have everybody come, you know, man, show some love to my man, Brian Glaze Gibbs, man.
Yeah, check me out, man. I got my YouTube channel. I got a lot of new content up there. Brian Glaze Gibbs, my YouTube channel. And follow me on IG, man. Check out my IG page, Brian Glaze Gibbs. And for your signed copy of the Brian Glaze Gibbs book, you know, A True Story of Change, Redemption, email me, Brian, BRIAN, Gibbs, GIBBS, 1201 at yahoo.com. My story is my true story of my experience, and my experience is my ministry. And I'm trying to save these kids to stop making that multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address. Hey, Mike, as always, my brother, thanks for the love. Thanks for the shout-out. Let's continue to work together for that same common goal, getting it done, man. Positivity.
You already know, family. Thank you for taking your time out to give us your thoughts, man. All right? Brian Glaze Gibbs, y'all.
1, bro.
1. Look, now y'all know I'm unbiased, and I takes no sides. I'm on the outside looking in and only seeing what they present to the public. Look, I'm going to speak from a blogger's perspective like myself. If anyone chooses to present themselves in their trials and tribulations in the public, it's only natural to get a public opinion or response. Some choose to be more nosy than others. I choose to stay away from being nosy. Too damn nosy, you dig? But it may be something that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on between him and his brother Corey. You know? I won't say Master P is all innocent now. Shoot, people were saying allegedly he got all his artists publishing. Okay? That ain't funny, but damn it, that's crazy. Man, I don't know. Shit, Mystical lost all his hair on his head. I bet he don't got his publishing. But anywho, let's continue. My name is Bennett, and I'm damn sure ain't in it. But it seems like he did a lot to keep his little bro out of trouble, man. A lot. When you grow up sometimes, you gotta face the world on your own. But I'm sure Corey is grateful, man. I hope you get free, King. No more C Murder. And when you get out, you gotta live as Corey Miller. Now, thank you everybody for tuning into the All Viral Access Show. If you like this kind of content, make sure you press 1. Make sure you tell me you like more videos like this, like I have before with the Jam Master J thing. I thank everybody for tuning in. This takes a lot of time and patience, but it's worth it. So please make sure, if you like it, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, click that bell on the right hand side, and click all for all notifications, family. So Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Alright? Shit. I'm just a goddamn YouTuber. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and definitely subscribe. Alright? This is All Viral Access Media, okay? And I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.